Alrighty, so I have been on a loop in my brain about prams. So I am 33 weeks pregnant today, and I have a 1 year old. I also have a 7 year old, but he doesn't need the pram, so it doesn't matter. Um, so we originally I bought, and I've got notes because I had to like get it down because I was confusing myself. But originally we bought a Britax 12V2. So it's like a single file pram, and you can have like one on the bottom, one on the top, and one on the bottom. Anyway, to be fair, it's been an absolute workhorse. Like, it's got this huge basket under basket. It's really wide, it's really deep, it's really long, and I've been using it for everything. Like, I can do a week's worth of groceries in that thing. But the frame, probably because I've been doing that, the frame is so wonky, and like even before the frame, so the wheel has like gone askew, but even before that happened, it really like wasn't it didn't have a great turning circle. You have to kind of like lift and pivot it to be able to move angles. It's very like clunky solid, which has been fine. It is what it is, because it's just been one kid. But trying to add another seat, the second seat or the bassinet and the top one, it's just way too much weight for the pram, and it's starting to buckle, and we're not doing that. So coincidentally, universe blessed us with a recall on the pram, and so there was something to do with like the handlebar or something, and the Britax 12V2 got recalled. So I went into Baby Bunting to have a look at double prams, and then they were telling me about the recall, and they were saying it's all good, just bring the pram in, we'll refund you the full amount, or we can do a store credit, and then you can get your like double pram, which worked out perfectly. And that's where I got onto this like loop of just like confused, epically confused, because I don't know if I want a single file pram. I don't know if I want to like double wide pram, because like potentially we could not fit through certain doorways. I feel like buses might be impossible going on a double pram to get onto a bus, and sometimes like for school run, on the occasion when it's raining or something, like we do have to go on the bus. So that was something that was playing in my mind. Um, but okay, so this is where we're at. So we're gonna go to Big Bunting, and we're gonna get like recall the pram and get a store credit of like, I think it was like 350, somewhere around that mark. So the the two prams that are under the two double prams that are under $1,000, and then once you deduct the store credit of like 300-ish, so it'll be around like $600-700 out of pocket for this double pram. And that's like, even that's kind of a stretch for us at the moment, like having to get another car seat, to upgrade a double pram, to obviously like stockpile nappies and formula, and I'm sure there's a million other things I just can't think. Baby brain. Anyway, so that's the budget we're working with. We're working with about up to $1,000 on a double pram, and $300 credit. So this is what we've got. So the three options that I have are the Jengo Strand, which is specific to Baby Bunting. It's single file. The bassinet only sits on the bottom. So my son would be on like front facing at the top, and my daughter would be on the bottom, and I wouldn't see her. So that already makes me a bit uncomfortable. I would have much preferred to have the bassinet to be able to be on top, and then for him to be forward facing or outward facing because he's older. But that's a con for the Django Strand. And then I was so I put my son in the like normal size chair that it comes with, and he's only one, and he's not like exceptionally tall, so I'm not sure what was going on, but his head was already at the top of the seat in the Jengo Strand. So I just don't see that, like, you know, he's one growth spurt away from not fitting in that pram. And it was definitely more like maneuverable than the pram that I have in the room, I guess. That's terrible. But it was still very heavy compared to the other prams. So aside from the fact that it was single file, it didn't really actually have any positives. It was just that it was in that like price bracket. Every other single file pram the Baby Bunting had was like, you know, 1,300, 2 grand, 2.5 grand, 3 grand. Like, just no. Okay, so the other two options that I was looking at for double prams, but they're double file, like they're like this instead of like stacked. Okay, so at Baby Bunting, there's a Valco Baby Snap Duo, and so it's double file. You can buy, like, so you can take the two seats out and you can actually put bassinet seats in there, as opposed to like laying the seat flat and like making it into a bassinet. I don't like those because it's never like completely flat. Anyway, so you can do that. And the thing with this one is that it can be parent facing and it can be outward facing, or it can be a mixture. You can have the bassinet and then you can have the second seat outward facing. So I thought it was like very flexible in that way. It was great to push. Like, it was really light, but it still felt like it had like a really good structural integrity, and it just like you can move it with like a finger. Like, it was so great. The con that I had on that one was that it was slightly narrow on the shoulders. I don't know if that's just because my son's kind of broad, or if it's just naturally because it's a double file, so they can't make it like a full size width pram, because then obviously it would just be huge. Yeah. So, and then price wise, not that it's a problem, but like to buy the bassinet is $200, and then plus you have to buy the pram, so it ends up being around that like 1,000 mark. So yeah, and then the other problem that I had with going to a double pram is that I found when my son was like baby, I could have the bassinet set up and I could move it around the house, like in the pram. So when he had his naps, like obviously he would have some of them in bed, he would have some of them on me, or he would have them in the pram if we were just like, I don't know, whatever, moving them around, or I was going between rooms or whatever was happening. I found that really helpful, and that was like the only downfall that I was like, oh, it's a bummer getting rid of this pram. Like, when they recall it, they have to take it, because I really liked having the bassinet in the like pram style to be able to move it around the house. So the option to that though, if I got the Valco, is that you can buy the single file version, the Valco Baby Snap Ultra, as a single file pram, and the seat clips out and you can put the bassinet, like you can clip the bassinet in there. So to get around that, I can have the single file frame in the house, and I can clip her bassinet into it for when I need like naps and to move her around and whatever. And then we can have the double file, like the double frame pram for like when we leave the house. So that's an option, and you can buy them on Marketplace for like anywhere, like really shitty ones, but like it's just for the frame, it's not for the seat. Anywhere from like $30 to 150, $200. So that's an option. Then the other option for double file was Babybee Luna. The problem with that kind of like put me off kind of straight away, and I only bring this one up because it's in that price range. It was like, I think it's on sale at the moment for like 780. It's got PayPal and Afterpay options, but it's only rearward facing, and you can convert one to a bassinet, but then it's always rearward facing. And my son's only one, and he's forward facing now, and he really likes being forward facing. He gets kind of yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I don't think he'll feel comfortable being forward facing out to the world permanently. Maybe if he was a bit older, but just as a 1 year old, I'm not comfortable with that. So that pretty much only narrows it down to the Valco Baby Snap Duo. So I am going into baby bunting tomorrow. So I'm going to try that again, suss it out. I'm gonna go to Baby Kingdom as well, which is so. This is the other weird thing. Baby Bunting has the pram, but they don't sell the bassinet for some reason. They don't stock the bassinet, so I have to go to a Baby Kingdom to see the bassinet, and they have the pram there as well. But the problem is that the recall on my current pram to get the store credit is only at Baby Bunting, so I have to get the double pram from the Baby Bunting. So anyway, I have to go to Baby Kingdom to go to get the bassinet, but they have the pram there, so I'm going to like hopefully they'll be all good with me just doing like a bit of a play, just to model it to see like how the bassinet clicks in and out and taking them off to fold it, and yeah, so we shall see. Originally, a while ago, like a couple months ago, I had bought a secondhand baby city jogger, like a double one, and the woman gave me the bassinet attachment with it as well. But I found it was like it pushed well, but it was quite heavy. And I think because it was secondhand, that it was like a little bit like it was well used, and to pull it up wasn't very like easy. With the Velcro baby, it's like two buttons and it just folds down. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much like just what's been going round and round in my head, and I'm doing my own head in thinking about it. So I'm gonna be like quite relieved when I just make a decision and it's done, and that's that. And then we've actually got the pram ready. So yeah, I don't know. I will see. I'm gonna take some videos when I'm in the store so I can kind of explain myself a little bit better, because otherwise it's just like a whole hodgepodge of words. But anyway, that's what we're working with. So yes, looking at buying a double pram for under $1,000, and we're looking at Jengo, Valco, and Babybee. But we're pretty much only looking at Valco. That's where we're at.